Like if you found the video valuable. The rain came down like a soft whisper, coating the streets of the small riverside town with a shimmer of nostalgia. At the heart of it, on an old stone bridge that arched gently over the water, sat a small cafe. Tucked into a corner, it looked like it had been borrowed from another century, warm lights glowing from inside, jazz humming faintly, and the smell of roasted coffee beans seeping into the rainy air. Maya sat at her usual corner table, next to the rain-speckled window. She stirred her coffee absently, her eyes fixed on the door. She came here every evening at 6. Same table, same coffee, same anticipation. 2 years ago, her fiancé Ayan had vanished. Not in the dramatic, crime-filled way, no. He had simply left on a solo trek into the Himalayas to clear his head after a series of career setbacks. They had argued before he left. She hadn't said goodbye. He'd sent her a text from a remote town, and then, nothing. No one had found him. No traces, no answers. Some said he'd chosen to disappear. Others said the mountains took him. But Maya didn't believe in endings without closure. Especially not with someone who used to read her poetry in bed and cook her scrambled eggs exactly the way she liked, slightly overcooked, extra salt. So she waited. Tonight, the cafe was quieter than usual. Only 2 other tables were occupied. A piano version of La Vie en Rose played softly in the background. The bell above the door jingled. Maya looked up. A man in a gray coat walked in, shaking droplets from his umbrella. He looked around, not in a lost way, but like someone searching for something familiar. He was tall, with a day-old stubble and tired eyes. Maya didn't recognize him, but there was something about him that felt unplaceably familiar. He walked straight to her table. "Is this seat taken?" he asked, his voice warm, uncertain. Maya blinked. "No, not at all." He sat down, set his umbrella by the table, and glanced out the window. "Rain makes everything feel suspended in time, doesn't it?" She nodded, curious now. "It does." Like a world paused for reflection. They talked, first about the weather, then the cafe, then books, then somehow, stories of love and loss. His name was Arjun. He was a travel writer who had returned to town after a long absence. He'd once loved someone here, he said, but it had ended before it began. Maya didn't speak of Ayan. She didn't mention her long waits or unanswered prayers. Instead, she listened to Arjun's quiet voice, the way he paused before saying something vulnerable, and the flicker of a smile when he mentioned his favorite author. When the cafe owner came over with the bill, Maya realized 2 hours had passed. They both looked out the window. The rain had stopped. The bridge outside glistened under the street lamps. "Well," Arjun said, standing slowly, "thank you for the company, Maya." She looked up, surprised. "I didn't tell you my name." He paused. His smile faltered. Then slowly, his eyes met hers. "You told me, once," he said. "In a letter." Her breath caught. It couldn't be. She stood up, heart thudding. He reached into his coat pocket and pulled out a weathered envelope. The handwriting was hers. The letter she had tucked into Ayan's hiking backpack before he left. A note apologizing, telling him she loved him, and asking him to come back to her. "You." He nodded. "I didn't mean to disappear," he said, voice rough now. "There was an avalanche. I survived, but my leg was shattered. Took months to get out, and by then, I wasn't the same. I didn't know how to come back. I thought I'd lost you." Tears welled in her eyes. "I waited every day," she whispered. "I came to the bridge today hoping, just hoping, you might still come here." Maya stepped forward. The years of pain, the loneliness, the ache, all melted into that single moment. She reached out and took his hand. "You're late," she said, smiling through tears, "but I forgive you."